Hello, and welcome back to Mindfully Rich Podcast, your weekly look at life and finances with a twist where we talk about improving your overall relationship with money and building better financial habits. On each episode, I'll discuss real life situations and give y'all practical advice. The point of this podcast is to help you stay in your financial lane so you won't end up broke. I'm the creator and host, Richie. Now, let's jump into today's conversation. I'm back, and I'm back on time. All right, but let me go ahead and preface it. I am stuffy today, y'all. I don't know what's going on with the weather. Something is happening, but I'm stuffy. So you're going to get stuffy nose today. So I just want to go ahead and just let y'all know. But once again, want to say thank y'all so much for tuning in. I am back. I'm back on time. Yes. Getting it together. Okay. Maybe I'm getting my stuff together for the new year because y'all really been putting up with me, boy. Let me tell you what, these episodes been dropping when they feel like it. Do you hear me? Okay. I'm trying to get better for y'all because y'all are the reason why I do this and I'm trying to get better. But one woman team over here, so I'm doing my best. As long as I'm dropping something, that should be the good thing that we talk about, the positivity of it all, okay? And so thank y'all so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for all the DMs that I've been getting regarding last week's episode where I talked about gift giving for your friends and your family. I'm going to keep that going into this week where I'm going to have a few savings tips for you when it comes to buying gifts and you're a co-parent. For my co-parents out there, because I've been a co-parent now for 6 years. I've learned a lot along the way from my ego, from making mistakes, and from also just trying to make things work the best way that they can work for my kids. And especially during the holidays, because these be some trying times, okay? Especially for the co-parents out there. And so I wanted to just give y'all some insight, especially from myself being a co-parent for the last 6 years. I've learned a lot and I want to make sure that I'm sharing that with you, okay? And so we're going to go ahead and move into our Let's Talk About Money segment. Y'all couldn't figure out a music title, a music song for the inspiration, could not figure nothing out. And so for those of y'all that follow the podcast on IG at mindfully_rich_podcast, y'all DM me and let me know what song could have went for today, because I love music, right? Love me some music. I could not think of one song to go for today's episode. So it's cool. Y'all gonna DM me. Y'all gonna let me know. I'm a repost with the song. Whoever let me know a song, I'm going to redo the episode. Well, not really redo it. I'm just going to redo where the song is supposed to go and add that in there. Okay? That's what I'm going to do. Oh, excuse me. I told y'all, stuffy. I don't know. What is the weather doing? Okay? I don't know what the weather's doing. But anyways, let's go ahead and move into our Let's Talk About Money segment. And once again, this episode is going to be for my co-parents out there. And so the reason why, once again, I'm doing this episode is because I wish I had a guide. I wish I would have had someone give me some tips on how gift giving works, especially as a co-parent, because it's not the same. Being that I was married for so long, I can remember, you get the gifts, kids play with the gifts. You probably get a whole bunch of gifts out there, right? Whole bunch of gifts for the kids because you want them to have a great Christmas, right? Whatever you celebrate, whether it's Christmas or you just say holiday, whatever it is that you do. I celebrate Christmas, so you're going to hear me say Christmas all throughout this episode, all right? And so I wish that I would have had someone give me some type of tips and give me a heads up of what to expect. And so I have 3 tips for y'all. Only one is dealing with money, but the rest of them, you just need to hear. All right. So tip number 1 for my co-parents out there for this holiday season: don't buy the other parent a gift. All right. Look, y'all can fight me on this if you want to. All right. Don't do it. I can remember the first year. So me and my kid's father, we're on decent terms. Okay. Let's say that we're on decent terms. And so because he's a good father to our children, the first year that we were separated, divorce, going through our divorce, right? I got him a gift because I'm like, thank you for being such a great father to our children, right? That's what I was thinking, right? Hell no. Okay, got the gift. He ain't get me no gift. I felt a certain type of way. So then I was just like, well, did I get a gift because I wanted him to get me a gift? It just really felt like I was like losing for some reason. It was weird. Like, I don't even know why that's the feeling that I felt. But I was like, I ain't never buying him a gift again, ever in life. Because think of it like this. Why are you getting the other parent a gift? What's the point? What does that mean? Like, and for those of y'all that give gift for the other parent, okay? Like I said, y'all can fight me on this if y'all want to. This is just my opinion, okay? On my podcast. This is how I feel. All right. And so I don't recommend getting the other parent a gift. I just don't. It's like, what are you getting it for? And what do you get them now, right? It's like, It's like, I don't even know. So tip number 1, don't get the other parent a gift, okay? Save your money. Put that towards your babies, okay? Towards your kids, however old they are, all right? Put that money towards that, all right? Tip number 2, if you can, and if you are on good terms with the other parent, try to coordinate the gifts and where the gifts will live. Like I said, I've been co-parenting for the last 6 years. And so, that's a lot of Christmases, y'all. Okay. And so it's been tough. The first 3 or 4 Christmases, wasn't no coordinating. Wasn't no talking, actually. Okay. Wasn't no, we getting alone to talk about how we gonna coordinate gifts. So my kids had a lot of double gifts because we didn't coordinate. Why do the kids need double gifts? They don't, right? They don't. But there's also some things to take into consideration. My co-parenting agreement was halftime. He had halftime. I had halftime. And so in some cases, certain things did make sense to have 2 of, right? But when it comes to those bigger ticket items, like say your Xbox, your PlayStations, things like that cost a lot of money that you probably don't want to buy 2 of, right? Those things can be a conversation and we can figure out where does it live. Because for a long time, my son went back and forth with his Xbox. All right, bring it over here. All right, and then he would take it back. But the thing was, Dad played Xbox. So now when you go over there, you can play his Xbox. You ain't even got to take the thing. It could just live here, right? And so we got to that point where we were able to make those arrangements where bigger ticket items, that's hard for me to say, y'all. They were able to stay in one space. Now, there are certain things that will go back and forth. But once again, it just depends on whatever that schedule looks like that both of y'all have the kids, right? I don't know what that schedule looks like. And so if y'all are in a place where you can coordinate gifts, it's the best thing to do. So you're not buying tons of gifts and you're not buying 2 of everything. And then also determining where does said gift live, or can that gift go back and forth, so that way you know and you can make that determination, because ultimately it's for the kid. None of y'all are involved in that. All right. If you got the gift, it should be a gift for them to take. Now, I have seen people where they're like, this is what you play with over here, right? That ain't my business. I've seen it. Do I agree with it? No, because it's the kids. So if the kid is here, they can play with it here. If the kid is over at the other parent's house, they should still be able to play with whatever it is that was purchased for them as their gift. All right. So tip number 3, don't compete with the other parent for gifts, right? Don't let your ego. Now, I know I'm probably just talking to myself, so I'm going to just go ahead and just get on me. None of y'all do this, right? Don't try to compete with the other parent. Do not try to compete with them and I'm going to be money bags over here and I'm going to buy all the gifts, right? Because in my opinion, I truly feel like there are 5 different co-parenting situations. Let's say that, right? First, you got the co-parents where both of them doing good in life, all right? Then you got the co-parents where one is doing well in life. The other ones, they just, all right? Then you have the other co-parents where maybe both of y'all not doing so well in life, right? Then you have the co-parenting relationship where one has a dual income and the other one doesn't. Then you have those other co-parenting relationships where both of y'all have dual incomes, right? And so because of that, there may be, I'm not going to say there may be a time when you decide, you know what, I'm going to try to buy all the gifts that they love, and they're going to be like, Mommy, Daddy. They're going to be just, Arsenio Hall, woo, woo, woo. You did that, Mommy, Daddy, whoever it is that's buying all the gifts, right? The only reason why I mention this and the reason why this is a thing is because it happens, all right? I happen to be in this situation myself, and I don't mind telling y'all about this. I can remember this 3 years into me being a co-parent. I wasn't doing well, y'all. Child. Woo, woo, woo. When I tell you what, I was on everybody's assistance program. I had way more month than money. I had started recycling for money. Like, your girl wasn't doing good. And I wasn't doing good because I was in a new place here in California. I was trying to make it. It was hard. Okay? Capital H hard. All right? I know a lot about money, but in that particular situation, it wasn't good. That 3 years until my divorce, oh my goodness, that was a year. That was a year. That was the year I think that I was like, that's it. No more struggle bus for us. All right. And so I remember I tried to compete with their dad. Now, dad is doing good, dual income and everything like that. Dad's doing good. Dad banned all the gifts. And I'm like, I want y'all to love it when y'all here at Bobby House. And I'm trying to go hard by all this stuff. I couldn't afford it. I was bad at credit card to the limit at that time. Okay, credit card was to the limit because I was trying to make it. All right, if you go back to some previous episodes, you'll know what happened from all of that. But I was trying to make it. All right, because I was when you go from being married to newly single, it's a transition, okay? Financial transition, all right? And so I went through that where I was trying to compete and I lost. I lost drastically. I lost in a bunch of ways because I was broke. Why am I trying to compete? I think I spent like over $1,000 on Christmas gifts for no reason. And this is the thing. Anybody who has kids, kids will play with those gifts today. Tomorrow, forget them gifts. We won't do gifts. That's how kids are. They don't even care about the stuff after a few days. And the thing that costs the less, they play with the most. That's the craziest thing. So that happened with my kids. Like I said, I'm probably not talking to y'all. I'm probably just talking to myself. Okay? But that's been my experience with that. So don't compete with the other parent. Don't let your ego try to say, I got to be head parent over here, so I got to buy all the gifts. No, you don't. There is something that I learned a few years ago. I don't know where this came from. I didn't make it up. But there was someone that said, for parents, buy your kids 4 gifts should be enough. And those 4 gifts are something they want, something they need, something they can wear, and something they can read. I'll say that again. I don't know where this came from, but it's a 4-gift rule for kids. Something they want, something they need, something they can wear, and something they can read. All right? That changed my life. I was like, yes, okay, that's pretty cool. I like that. All right. So that's just like a general guide, especially if you're one of those people who gets like your kids tons of gifts, right? There's a 4-gift rule that you can do. But once again, my opinion, you can buy your kids whatever you want. You can spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on your kids because that's one thing that I saw in the comments on the post on the Shade Room. Don't tell me what I should do and how I should buy for my kids. Hey, buy your kids whatever, okay? Buy them a zoo, whatever you decide to do. All right, I'm just trying to help you with saving some money. All right, that's all I'm trying to do. And you want to know what? From that year that I was trying to compete with their dad, now I wasn't trying to. It's just that I saw all the stuff he got, and I was like, let me go get some more stuff. And I had to go get more stuff. That was the crazy part about that. All right, so I was like, oh, because I got a chance to hear what they got from them, because when you co-parented, you probably switch up. You may do half a day at one house, another half a day at yours, or they get the day before, you the day after. So I heard what they had gotten. I was like, let me go to the store and go get it too. So that's what I was doing. And I learned my lesson. It was that year that I decided no more gifts for my kids. I don't buy Christmas gifts for my kids anymore. They get everything that they need. My kids have every single thing that they need. My kids are well loved and well taken care of. And so that's when I stopped gifts and said, we doing experiences. Now, the type of co-parenting relationship I have right now, my kids are gone for Christmas. And so that experience that we create is either before Christmas or it's after Christmas, but it is the experience that we're doing for the holiday season. So that's just my story. And those are just a few tips that can help you to keep your sanity during the holiday season, because I know how it is, y'all. Like I said, co-parent here. All right. Understand completely. So hopefully you can take heed to these tips. Hopefully they gave you some insight, some perspective for you to use in your own life. And once again, your money is your money. Do what you want with it. But if you trying to save a little money, go listen back to the tips and listen again. Listen with your heart this time. Okay. All right, y'all, that is it. I ain't gonna just sit here and just be talking for no reason. And so, like I said, I hope that this gave you some perspective on this topic. And don't forget to listen. Share with everybody. All right. And when you're sharing, tag me. If you're not following me on Instagram, I'm at mindfully_rich_podcast. Like I said, my nose is super stuffed up right now, but I still brought y'all this episode. And so I want y'all to live life mindfully, intentionally, and on purpose. And until next time, when I hit y'all with another one.